In this video, I'm going to show you how you can analyze and visualize Google Sheet data using ChatGPT. This is our data set that we are going to be working with. It's sales of McDonald's over the years, and they are broken down by each quarter as well. The first column is year, and it goes all the way down to 2022. And then we have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4 for each year respectively. If you want to upload your data set directly to Google Sheets, you simply go to your Google Sheet account, then click on blank, and here you click on file and you hit import. You can choose from different options here. For example, you can go to upload and you can just simply drag and drop your CSV or Excel file over here, set up your import location, separator type, and then you hit import data. The first thing is that we are going to be using ChatGPT plugin here. We are not going to be using Notable plugin, but we are going to be using a plugin that is called Chat with GSheet. As you can see, the description says conversational analysis over GSheet data. In order to install the plugin, you can simply go to plugin store and then search for GSheet. You then click on the green button to install the plugin and you are ready to go. Another thing you have to make sure is that you uploaded either your Excel file to Google Sheet or any other data. And here what you want to do is to go to share, and you want to make sure that the link is accessible to anyone, because that is how the plugin's API is going to access the data for you, and then it will be able to analyze it. You can simply copy the link, and the first prompt that we are going to write down is access this Google Sheet and summarize it for me. And then we paste the link of our Google Sheet that we found over here. We're going to send this. And just like that, we got the results. The Google Sheet you provided has been successfully accessed. It contains 5 columns and 20 rows. The columns are labeled as follows. And then we also get a sample of our data set. Here you can see it used the first 5 rows, and it briefly describes this sample of our data set. The next thing I want to show you is that you can use the plugin to calculate stuff. So here I'm just writing down calculate the total revenue by each year. We're going to send this over, and just like that, we got the results. Here are the total revenues for each year calculated by summing the quarterly revenues. I'm going to stop generating, and here you can see we have the year, but we also have a new column here that says total, and it's basically summing up all the quarters in that specific year for us. You can also take this table and just copy and paste it if you want to. So I'm going to copy this one, and then I'm going to create a new sheet. And if I paste it here, and you can see that we have this new table in our Google Sheet. You can see because of the first index column, it's shifted to the left side. So we would just need to do a little bit formatting here, but we can just simply delete this column and then rename each column separately. Now let's start visualizing the data. So I'm writing down create a line chart that visualizes the revenue per year. I'm going to send this over, and just like that, we got the line chart. So you can see we have year on the x-axis, and then we have total revenue in billions on the y-axis. And then we also got a brief explanation. As you can see, the revenue generally increased over the years with some fluctuations. Here, I would like to have all the years on the x-axis. So I'm just going to edit this visual right now. Please add all the years on the x-axis and rotate them so it's readable. I'm going to send this over. I'm also prompting it to rotate the years because we have a lot of them, and it would not be readable if all of them suddenly appeared on the x-axis. If you click on the arrow, you can see that it's using Python code behind the scenes. And in this case, you can see that it used a matplotlib library to visualize this data. And just like that, we got the visual. And as you can see, we got all the years on the x-axis, and they are also rotated so it's easier to read. Right now, I'm going to write down calculate the year-over-year growth and visualize it with a bar chart. So this is a combination of the first example I showed you, but right now I'm trying to say that it should calculate something and also visualize it at the same time. And just like that, we got the results. Here's a bar chart that visualizes the year-over-year growth. We have x-axis of all the years, and the good thing is that it remembers that it should show all the years and rotate them as well. And then we have on the y-axis a year-over-year growth. We also get a table, which I stopped from generating, and it's basically calculating a new column over here with a year-over-year growth. As you can see, you can't calculate year-over-year growth in the first year because you don't have any previous data, so we get a 0 value over here. You can then once again copy this table if you want to and place it in your Excel or Google Sheets. Here, instead of copying and pasting it manually to your Google Sheet, I was curious if this plugin could directly place this table inside my Google Sheet. But as you can see, the plugin was not able to do that. So at this time, you simply have to copy this table, create a new sheet, and paste it over here. Next, I would want to know which quarter was the biggest one in terms of the sales. So here I'm writing down, create a pie chart visualizing the proportion of each quarter's revenue to the total annual revenue for the latest year in the dataset 2022. And just like that, we got the results. The plugin has been used twice, as you can see, to firstly calculate the proportion of sales in each quarter in the year 2022. And secondly, the plugin was used to visualize the data using pie chart. You can see that it's spread out very evenly. It seems like the lowest number of sales is in quarter number 1 and quarter number 2. And then the highest proportion is in the second half of the year, quarter number 3 and quarter number 4. We also get a description over here. As you can see, the revenue is distributed fairly evenly across the 4 quarters. Now I want to show you that you can also perform more advanced analysis here. For example, in this case, I'm going to perform a linear regression and predict sales for the next year. We are going to send this. You can see that the Python code is being run. And here we can see that it's using sklearn for the linear regression model. And just like that, we got the results. The linear regression model predicts that the total sales for the year 2023 will be approximately 24.57 billion. Please note that this is a simple linear regression model and the actual sales could be influenced by many factors not included in this model. It's always a good idea to use more sophisticated models and consider more factors for more accurate predictions. Now, usually you want to visualize the results of your linear regression and plot a fitted line inside your data so you can see how it visually is either growing or going down. We are simply just going to write down visualize the linear regression. We are going to send this. And now what should happen is that we should get a scatter plot with a fitted line for the linear regression. And just like that, we got the results. Here's a scatter plot of the revenue over the years with a linear regression overlaid. We have total revenue over the last years with linear regression line. On the x-axis, we have all the years. And then on the y-axis, we have total revenue in billions. We also got a very good summary over here. The blue dots represent the actual total revenue for each year. And the red line is the linear regression line that was fit to this data. All years are labeled on the x-axis and rotated for readability. As you can see, the line does a decent job of capturing the general trend in the data, but there are some deviations. This is to be expected as linear regression is a simple model and real-world data is often influenced by many factors. For example, here you can see that 2020 was very low in terms of sales because of the pandemic. Alright, if you enjoyed this video or if you learned anything new, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're interested in tech and AI, definitely subscribe down below because I post every single week. Thank you so much and have a great day.